Boy, do I feel like I've gotten a lot done in the last 2 weeks. But I still have a bleep ton to do. Hi everybody, TR. And man, have I been busy with the remodeling projects this last couple weeks since we last spoke. I'm really liking the results. Excuse me. Really liking the results. Stuff's turning out really nice. Let me show you what I've got done already. Come with me. So I've finished repainting this wall. Excuse some of my clutter. But I did reinstall a border. Can you see it? Let's see, where can we see that border nicely? Maybe over here. Yeah, there you go. So that's a wallpaper border. Got the new blind installed. Of course, I got the cabinets back together. I'm living in a construction zone and I'm just about done with it. But are you okay, buddy? Come on, perk up. Well, I hope I didn't reach the permanent wilting point on that, but when I first put it in the sink this morning, it was looking pretty sad, I'll tell you what. I got out of my normal routine. I've been doing so much remodeling and completely spaced water in that plant last Friday. And here it is, Monday, so it was pretty sad when I got up this morning. Right there, we're going to have a little bit of unboxing therapy. RV how-to project in a box right there, coming your way. Also, you might have noticed when I was over here showing you my poor old plant, I picked up some water filters to replace my water filters. This wall's painted, put back together. All the blinds are in. I have added those sconces. You probably saw an RV how-to video for those. So I've also changed out the lights that were in the ceiling of this slide. They were these 10-watt halogens, and of course those are big power pigs when you consider what we can do today with LEDs. These are 3-watt, 240 lumens, and I can't remember the manufacturer right off the top of my head, but they're on my Amazon store. So I put those in. I've also installed new ones back here. If you look carefully, I put one over the sink. There's one back there. Put a couple here over my work surface. I have plans to put some in the ceiling up here. I'm going to be putting one more LED up here. This is a little dark still right in here, so I need one more puck right up there. And let's see. Oh, I have a project coming up that I'm going to be doing an RV how-to video on. And I've really run into a problem with trying to replace these lights. These are inset into this ceiling here, and so there's a square hole in there. And I really haven't been able to find anything that I think will fit it or that I like. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to retrofit these with LED light strips, 12 volt, and then I'm also going to be doing something extra special with them. So that'll be in an upcoming RV how-to video here in the next little while. So I also had to repair my kitchen table. So I was installing this blind here, and I had taken the back out of the cabinets, and I was trying to get up underneath here to put it in place. And I leaned on my kitchen table and snapped it in half. I had to fix that in the middle of the painting project. Well, but I finished painting this wall and put everything back together before I fixed the table. I have about 6 how-to videos in the can right now and uploaded. I've done quite a few little projects here and there, and I've just been recording everything. So it's been a lot of fun, but a lot of work. I spend, like 3 or 4 hours doing improvement project, and then I spend another 3 or 4 hours crunching through the video. Back here in the black hole of Calcutta, I had a problem right here with this wall having separated. So what I've done is I've applied some adhesive in here, and then I'm just using these brackets temporarily to pull the wall together. This wall right here had bowed out. And then once I get that wall repair finished, which it's ready to pretty much finish right now, Then I will be painting that bathroom. Back here in the black hole of Calcutta, or my bedroom, I still have a little work to do. This is just a thermal blanket, ignore that. But I'm going to still have to paint that wall and replace that blind. I have the replacement for that blind sitting. Can you see that down there? It's pretty dark, isn't it? And then I got just a little bit of painting to do in here. But if you notice up over the top of the slide, that's that bare Luan wood. Okay. And it had this kind of a border on it. You can kind of see the corner of it peeled back here. That failed a couple years ago when I was out in Virginia. Well, longer ago than I'd like to admit. And where it is, you know, you hardly ever notice it. But I'm going to finally fix that. It's, well, since I've been out in Virginia, so that's been about 5 years. The procrastinator's motto. It'll be there tomorrow. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of weeks, just getting things freshened up. It's been a lot of work, really fussy, detailed work. I've had to tape off a lot of the window frames and, of course, along the edge of the ceiling and all that. And it's just a lot of work and a lot of tape. I'm on my 3rd roll of tape at this point. But it's turning out really good. I really like it. Still got pictures and some other decorations to put back up, trying to figure out what I'm going to do there. I've got quite a few projects that I'm going to be starting up here as soon as I finish the inside on the outside. First, I'm going to have to get her nice and clean, and then I'm going to do some buff outs or some scratches on the one side. I must have clipped a tree somewhere. So I've got a few scratches on the passenger side that I need to buff out, and then I'll probably put a coat of wax on it. I usually try to do that at least once a year. And I've got machines for all that, so it's not a lot of work, other than it just, you know, up and down ladders. It'll work you out a little bit. Also, one of my headlights is leaking pretty bad. It's got water in it. And so I am going to be rebuilding my headlights. They're pretty well oxidized, you know, they're carbon, they're not carbon, polycarbonate. And they're pretty oxidized, so I'm going to buff the oxidation out of them, get them all sealed up nice and tight. I bought the proper materials for that, and then put them back together and reinstall them. So that'll be an RV how-to video coming up here, you know, in the near future as well. That's going to put me into mid-March easily by the time I get all this done. And that's going to work out pretty good. Still looking right around probably first part of April to roll out of here and head north for summer. I just want to take a second to say thanks for all those likes, your subscriptions. I've had a little bump in subscriptions lately, mostly because of the RV how-to videos, and thank you for coming along. You have to tolerate my blogging, though. Blogging, whatever you want to call it. Also, the support I've received from people just visiting my website at www.trbolin.com or going to my Amazon store. It's just overwhelming. Thank you so much. I'm to the point now where it's looking like I might be able to upgrade my camera. I'm still shooting. You've got to see this Franken camera. GoPro Hero 4. It's been a great camera, and I really don't need to have it, you know, this way. Got an itch. But you can see that this is just a really long life battery. It's like a 5-hour battery. So actually, I think they listed it. I think they call this the 24-hour battery. No, you're not going to get 24 hours on it running, you know, with wireless and all that. But I've gotten 5 hours. I can run easily all night and get a time lapse with it all night with this setup. But the hinge is busted on the battery. That was the downflaw of the battery. But it still works good. I use this GoPro, you know, for third shots now because I'm doing a lot more on my DSLR. I'm doing much more with my film camera. I've got it set up pretty cool. Oh, hey, I'll show that to you. Hang on. Funny how things don't work when they don't have a battery in them. Alrighty, let's see here. Getting that? Yeah. So this is how I've set up my DSLR to be able to shoot with it and see what's going on. It has focusing issues. It doesn't like to focus. You have to be really careful and watch it. But fortunately, it displays, you know, if the focus is in or out on the screen. And so it slows things down a little bit. But and then I have the Sennheiser wireless mic. I've had this. These are the month, the GX3s, GK3s. I don't remember. But these weren't cheap, and I've had this a long time. And this monitor, I'll put a link in my Amazon store too. It actually works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I wonder what the little red thing means, if the battery's low or something, huh? Anyway, and then my Nikon D7200 with the Sigma, I don't know, can you read that? That's the Sigma art lens, the 18-35. Man, this is a great lens. Very sharp, works extremely well on this camera. Not quite as sharp, clear down at 1.8, which is what it's rated at. But it's really sharp from about 2.8 to 14. This lens is super sharp on this camera. Oh, I know what that red mark is. That means there's no SD in the camera. We're good with that. Let me turn all this off. So, there you go. Now you've kind of seen a little bit of my technical stuff. I'm actually working on a pretty funny video. I've been working on it for a while now. But it's kind of bloopers from RV how-to videos and sort of behind the scenes. I have hours and hours and hours of footage, and I could spend hundreds of hours culling through it and picking out clips and stuff like that. And this camera that I'm looking at right now is just scanning and panning and trying to find me, and it's driving me crazy, so I'm going to call this good. One more thing before I go. Are you concerned about the coronavirus? I wouldn't say I'm concerned, okay? Because I can easily lead a very isolated lifestyle. That's the beauty of having this RV, right? I mean, I don't have to interact with people. I have to go to the grocery store, and I suppose I can get a mask and use lots of Purell if I have to do that, if I have, if it gets out. But that's one of the things about living in an RV, that you can isolate yourself pretty fast and pretty easy. So before I go, I'm finally to the point now where I've worked ahead enough content on the RV how-to videos that I'm going to get onto a regular release schedule. So every other week I'll be vlogging and or releasing a new RV how-to video on Saturday mornings, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll see how long I can sustain that. Once I get moving, I might not have as much time to do the RV how-to videos, but I have quite a few recorded, just not put together. And so for the time being, it'll be every other Saturday will be a new RV how-to video, and then every other Saturday will be a blog update until I get moving, and then we'll see what we do. I guess that's enough. Been a really fruitful, productive month, but it's time to go for now. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Till we get together next month. Peace.